The sky over planet Vegeta burned crimson as Frieza's forces descended, their ships casting long shadows over the Saiyan homeworld. Below, Prince Vegeta clenched his fists, his scouter beeping frantically as it measured the overwhelming power levels approaching. Pathetic, he muttered, his voice dripping with disdain. These weaklings dare challenge the might of the Saiyans? Nearby, Nappa and Raditz exchanged uneasy glances, their own scouters confirming the same terrifying readings. Frieza floated above them, his tail flicking lazily, a smirk playing on his lips. "Ah, Vegeta," he purred, his voice smooth as ice. "Still clinging to your delusions of grandeur?" His aura flared, a chilling wave of energy rolling outward, freezing the ground beneath him. The Frost Demon's power was undeniable. His race, the Arcosians, had long been feared across the universe, and Frieza was their pinnacle. Vegeta's teeth ground together. He had spent years under Frieza's boot, forced to bow and scrape, but no more. "I've had enough of your games," he roared, his muscles bulging as golden energy erupted around him. His transformation into a Super Saiyan sent shockwaves through the battlefield, his power level skyrocketing. Nappa and Raditz staggered back, eyes wide. Frieza merely chuckled, unimpressed. "Cute," he said, raising a single finger. A razor-thin beam of violet energy shot forth, faster than sight. Vegeta barely twisted aside, the attack grazing his shoulder, searing flesh. He retaliated with a furious barrage of ki blasts, each one detonating against Frieza's raised palm, absorbed effortlessly. "Is this all?" Frieza yawned. Meanwhile, on Earth, Goku trained in the hyperbolic time chamber, sweat pouring down his body as he pushed beyond his limits. His fists blurred, striking the air with such force that shockwaves rippled through the void. "I have to get stronger," he panted. Frieza won't hold back next time. His mind flashed back to their last battle, how close he had come to death. Back on planet Vegeta, the battle raged. Vegeta lunged, his fist wreathed in blue fire. Frieza caught it effortlessly, his grip crushing bone. "You've improved," he admitted, "but not enough." With a flick of his wrist, he sent Vegeta hurtling through a mountain. Rocks shattered, dust pluming into the sky. Nappa and Raditz charged in tandem, their combined ki forming a massive energy wave. Frieza sighed, flicking his tail. The attack split apart, dissipating harmlessly. "How tedious," he murmured before vanishing. A split second later, he reappeared behind them, his hand glowing. Twin beams lanced through their chests. Nappa and Raditz gasped, collapsing. Vegeta emerged from the rubble, his golden hair flickering. His body trembled, not from fear, but rage. "You'll pay for that," he snarled. His aura intensified, his power climbing further. Frieza's eyes narrowed. "Interesting," he mused. "Perhaps you're not entirely worthless." As the two clashed again, the planet itself shook under their blows. Frieza's tail lashed out, wrapping around Vegeta's throat, lifting him off the ground. "You Scions always were stubborn," he sneered. "But in the end, you're just..." A sudden burst of energy interrupted him. A figure streaked across the sky, fist connecting with Frieza's jaw, sending him skidding back. Vegeta dropped, coughing, as Goku landed beside him, his own golden aura blazing. "Sorry I'm late," Goku said, grinning. Frieza wiped his lip, eyeing the new arrival. "Kakarot," he hissed. "How nostalgic." The stage was set. The final battle for supremacy had begun. The air on planet Frieza 77 crackled with tension as Frieza hovered above the jagged cliffs, his golden form radiating an aura of pure malice. Below, Goku and Vegeta stood side by side, their muscles tense, sweat glistening under the planet's twin suns. "You've grown stronger, monkeys," Frieza sneered, flexing his clawed fingers, "but 10 years of training in hell has made me unstoppable." Goku smirked, rolling his shoulders. "We'll see about that." Before the battle could resume, the ground trembled violently, splitting open as a massive, shadowy figure emerged, a hulking, armored warrior with glowing red eyes. "Broly?" Vegeta spat, recognizing the legendary Super Saiyan. But something was wrong. Broly's usual rage was replaced by eerie calm, his movements calculated. "He's not here to help us," Goku muttered, sensing the dark energy swirling around him. Frieza laughed, delighted. "Ah, my new ally. I found him drifting in space, broken and willing to serve. For the right price." Broly's fist lashed out faster than expected, catching Goku off guard and sending him crashing through a mountain. Vegeta barely dodged a follow-up energy blast, skidding across the battlefield. "TCH. Traitorous brute." He growled, powering up to Super Saiyan Blue. Frieza seized the distraction, firing a death beam at Vegeta's back, only for Piccolo to intercept it with his Mekanko Sappo, the beams colliding in a fiery explosion. "You're welcome," Piccolo deadpanned, landing beside Vegeta. "We can't fight them separately. We need a plan." Goku burst from the rubble, his hair flickering between blue and silver as he tapped into Ultra Instinct's edge. Broly's being controlled, he realized, spotting a dark, mechanical collar around the Saiyan's neck. Frieza must have rigged it. Vegeta scoffed. "Then we rip it off." He lunged at Broly, delivering a crushing knee to his gut, but Broly countered with a backhand that sent Vegeta spiraling. Goku flashed in, using instant transmission to appear behind Broly, grappling him in a full Nelson. "Piccolo, now!" Piccolo's arms elongated, stretching like rubber as he snatched at the collar. But Frieza was faster, his tail whipped out, wrapping around Piccolo's throat and yanking him away. "Naughty children," Frieza purred. Broly roared, breaking free of Goku's hold and slamming both fists into the ground, sending shockwaves that shattered the landscape. Lava spewed from the fissures, forcing the heroes to dodge while Frieza rained razor-edged ki discs from above. Gritting his teeth, Goku combined a Kamehameha with Vegeta's final flash, their beams intertwining to carve through Frieza's barrage. The resulting explosion blinded the battlefield, buying them seconds. "We can't hold back," Goku panted. Vegeta nodded grimly. "On my mark." They vanished, reappearing on either side of Broly. Goku hammered Broly's ribs with a flurry of punches, while Vegeta drove an elbow into his spine. Broly staggered, but his eyes flickered, a flicker of recognition. "Kakarot?" he rasped, fighting the collar's influence. Frieza's laughter cut through the moment. "Pathetic." He raised a hand, activating the collar's override. Broly's body convulsed, his pupils dilating as dark energy surged through him. His muscles bulged grotesquely, his power skyrocketing beyond reason. "Now, kill them," Frieza commanded. Broly's fist rocketed toward Goku's face, but a sudden blast of energy intercepted it. A sleek, silver figure descended, future Trunks, his sword gleaming. "Sorry I'm late," he said, eyes locked on Frieza. "But you're not the only one who brought backup." Frieza's smirk faltered as another presence emerged, a cloaked figure removing his hood to reveal Cooler, his metallic form gleaming. "Brother," Cooler intoned, "you always did underestimate our enemies." The battlefield froze. Goku blinked. "Wait, you're helping us?" Cooler scoffed. "I'm helping myself." Frieza's become a nuisance. The brothers' rivalry reignited as Cooler fired a supernova at Frieza, who barely deflected it. Chaos erupted. Trunks and Piccolo teamed up to keep Broly at bay, exploiting his momentary confusion to strike the collar with precise ki slashes. Goku and Vegeta, despite their pride, fell into sync, Goku using Ultra Instinct to evade while Vegeta landed brutal counterattacks. The planet itself became a weapon. Goku hurled a boulder with telekinesis, Vegeta blasted it apart into shrapnel, and Piccolo guided the debris to pummel Frieza. Just as Trunks' sword grazed the collar, Broly let out a deafening roar. The device shattered, but the damage was done. Broly's mind was a storm of pain and rage, and now, he saw everyone as a threat. His energy detonated in a shockwave, sending allies and enemies alike flying. Frieza, battered but grinning, wiped blood from his lip. "This is even better." As the dust settled, the warriors realized the stakes had risen. Broly was unleashed, Frieza was playing them all, and Cooler's motives were unclear. Goku clenched his fists. "We end this now." Vegeta smirked, despite his injuries. About time. The final battle was just beginning. The air on planet Xeno's edge crackled with tension as Goku and Vegeta stood side by side, their muscles tensed, eyes locked on Frieza. The tyrant's golden form gleamed under the twin suns, his smirk oozing arrogance. 10 years, Frieza purred, flexing his claws. 10 years of relentless training, and now, Kakarot, even you are nothing but a speck beneath my heel. Vegeta's fists clenched, his pride burning as hot as his fury. "Don't flatter yourself, Frieza. You've always been a coward who relies on cheap tricks." Goku wiped blood from his lip, his usual grin absent. "We've beaten you before. We'll do it again." Frieza's laughter echoed across the barren landscape. "Oh? Then why are you both already panting like dogs?" Without warning, he vanished, reappearing behind Vegeta with a vicious elbow to his spine. The Saiyan Prince gasped, crashing face first into the earth. Goku lunged, but Frieza twisted midair, driving his knee into Goku's gut before backhanding him into a crumbling cliffside. Rocks rained down as Goku coughed, struggling to rise. Vegeta forced himself up, his body screaming in protest. Damn it, he spat blood, his mind racing. Frieza's power was unreal, How had he grown so strong so fast? There had to be a weakness. Kakarot, Vegeta growled, we need to. Frieza's tail lashed out, wrapping around Vegeta's throat and lifting him off the ground. Need to what, Prince? Frieza sneered, tightening his grip. Beg? Grovel? It's pathetic how little you've evolved. Goku's eyes flashed. Let him go. He surged forward in a burst of blue energy, but Frieza flicked his free hand, unleashing a barrage of razor-sharp keyblades. Goku twisted mid-air, dodging most, but one sliced deep into his thigh. He stumbled, teeth gritted. Frieza chuckled. You're slower than I remember. Age catching up to you? Then, without warning, a blinding beam of purple energy tore through the sky, striking Frieza square in the chest. The tyrant roared, dropping Vegeta as he skidded back. Both scions turned, stunned, as a familiar figure descended, Cooler, Frieza's brother, his metallic form gleaming. Brother, Cooler intoned, his voice dripping with disdain. Still playing with your food, I see. Frieza's eyes narrowed. Cooler? What are you doing here? Cooler crossed his arms. Watching you fail, as always. Father warned you not to underestimate these scions. Vegeta coughed, his pride warring with confusion. Since when do you care about teamwork, Cooler? Cooler's lips curled. I don't. But even I know when a threat needs to be eradicated properly. He raised a hand, energy gathering. Which is why I've come to finish what you couldn't. The revelation hit Goku like a hammer. Cooler wasn't here to help, he was here to kill them all, including Frieza. A three-way battle was the last thing they needed. Frieza's fury erupted. You traitorous worm. He launched himself at Cooler, their collision sending shockwaves through the planet. Goku and Vegeta exchanged a glance, this was their chance. Plan? Vegeta muttered. Goku's eyes hardened. We hit them both. Hard. As the brothers clashed, Goku and Vegeta powered up, their auras flaring. Goku focused, drawing on Ultra Instinct, his movements becoming fluid, effortless. Vegeta tapped into Ultra Ego, his power surging with every strike he took. They lunged as one, Goku aiming for Cooler's blind spot while Vegeta tackled Frieza mid-charge. But Cooler was ready. His tail snapped out, impaling Goku's shoulder. Goku gasped, blood spraying as Cooler sneered. Predictable. He flung Goku aside like trash. Vegeta roared, driving a fist into Frieza's jaw, but the tyrant caught his wrist, twisting until bone cracked. Vegeta snarled, kneeing Frieza in the ribs, but the tyrant barely flinched. Then, the ground trembled. A massive energy signature spiked, someone was coming. A figure streaked down from the sky, landing with a force that split the earth. Broly, his wild eyes locked onto Frieza, his chest heaving with rage. You. Broly growled, his voice trembling. You destroyed my home. Frieza's smirk faltered. Oh. The legendary Super Saiyan. How? Inconvenient. The battlefield was chaos. Goku, bleeding but unbroken, forced himself up. Vegeta, cradling his broken wrist, grinned savagely. About time you showed up, Broly. Cooler scoffed. 3 scions. How quaint. Broly's power exploded, his hair blazing green. He didn't wait, he lunged, fists like meteors. Frieza barely dodged, but Cooler wasn't fast enough. Broly's punch sent him crashing through a mountain. Goku seized the moment. Now, Vegeta. They attacked in unison, Goku's Kamehameha meeting Vegeta's final flash, the combined blast engulfing Frieza. The tyrant screamed, his golden form flickering. But as the smoke cleared, Frieza stood, battered but alive. His laugh was ragged. Is that all? Then, a whisper. No. Piccolo's voice. A piercing beam, the special beam cannon, shot through Frieza's chest from behind. The tyrant looked down, stunned, as blood dripped from the hole in his torso. Piccolo emerged from the shadows, his arm smoking. You talk too much. Frieza collapsed, his body failing. Cooler, hauling himself from the rubble, paled. Impossible. The tide had turned. But as Goku staggered toward Frieza's fallen form, the tyrant's fingers twitched. His lips curled into a bloody grin. Fools. He rasped. You think this is over? A dark energy pulsed from his body, the ground split, and a monstrous aura erupted. Frieza's transformation wasn't complete. He had one final card to play. And the real battle was just beginning. The air crackled with tension as Frieza hovered above the battlefield, his golden form radiating an aura of pure malice. Below him, Goku and Vegeta stood side by side, their muscles tensed, sweat glistening on their brows. "You've grown stronger, monkeys," Frieza sneered, his voice dripping with condescension. "But it won't be enough." Goku clenched his fists, his body trembling not from fear, but from the sheer thrill of the fight. "We'll see about that," he shot back, his eyes narrowing as he exploded into Super Saiyan Blue, his aura flaring like a sapphire inferno. Beside him, Vegeta followed suit, his own power surging as he gritted his teeth. "Save the chatter, Kakarot. Let's end this." Frieza lunged first, his movements a blur as he closed the distance in an instant. His fist rocketed toward Goku's face, but the Saiyan twisted midair, narrowly avoiding the blow before retaliating with a swift knee to Frieza's gut. The tyrant grunted but barely flinched, countering with a spinning tail whip that sent Goku crashing into a nearby cliff. Rocks shattered as Vegeta seized the opening, darting in with a flurry of punches aimed at Frieza's ribs. Each strike landed with brutal precision, but Frieza only grinned, catching Vegeta's wrist before slamming him into the ground. Dust billowed as Vegeta coughed, his body aching from the impact. Frieza loomed over him, raising a hand charged with violet energy. "Pathetic," he spat. Before the blast could fire, Goku reappeared in a flash, delivering a devastating axe kick to Frieza's shoulder. The Ice Jin staggered, his attack misfiring into the sky as Goku grabbed Vegeta and teleported them both to safety. "You alright?" Goku asked, his breathing heavy. Vegeta wiped blood from his lip, his pride wounded more than his body. "TCH. I don't need your help." Goku smirked. Yeah. But we're stronger together." Frieza's laughter echoed across the wasteland as he cracked his neck. "How touching. But teamwork won't save you." His aura flared, his power skyrocketing as he entered his black Frieza form, his skin darkening like obsidian, his energy eclipsing theirs. The ground quaked under the sheer pressure, and both Scions felt their muscles lock up for a split second, fear creeping in. Vegeta growled, forcing himself forward. "I've had enough of his arrogance." He charged, his fists igniting with ki as he unleashed a barrage of punches, each one faster than the last. Frieza dodged effortlessly, his smirk never fading, until Vegeta feinted left and landed a crushing elbow to his jaw. Frieza's head snapped back, but he retaliated with a point-blank death beam aimed at Vegeta's heart. Goku intercepted, deflecting the blast with a ki-coated forearm, the heat searing his skin. "Now," Goku shouted. On cue, Vegeta vanished, reappearing behind Frieza with his fist glowing crimson. Final flash. The beam erupted, engulfing Frieza in a cataclysmic explosion. The shockwave sent Goku skidding back, his arms raised to shield his face. But as the smoke cleared, Frieza stood unharmed, his body encased in a shimmering barrier. "Cute trick," he mused. Then, in a blink, he was upon them, his fists a hurricane of destruction. Goku and Vegeta barely kept up, their bodies taking hit after hit. Blood sprayed as Frieza's knee connected with Goku's ribs, sending him spiraling. Vegeta tried to counter, but Frieza grabbed his throat, lifting him off the ground. "You're still just a stepping stone, Prince of Nothing." Gritting his teeth, Goku forced himself up, his vision swimming. He could feel his limits straining, but beyond them, something stirred. A warmth, a power he'd only glimpsed before. His fists trembled as his aura flickered, shifting from blue to a brilliant silver. "Not yet," he gasped, his body surging with untapped energy. Frieza's eyes widened as he felt the shift. "What?" With a roar, Goku erupted, his form radiating blinding light. Ultra Instinct. His movements became fluid, effortless, as he vanished and reappeared beside Frieza, his fist slamming into the tyrant's gut with universe-shattering force. Frieza coughed blood, his grip on Vegeta loosening as he was sent flying. Vegeta hit the ground, gasping, but his eyes burned with determination. "Damn you, Kakarot. Always one step ahead." Frieza recovered mid-air, his expression twisted with rage. "Enough." He raised both hands, gathering a sphere of annihilation, a supernova capable of wiping out the planet. Goku and Vegeta exchanged a glance. No words were needed. As Frieza unleashed the attack, Goku teleported in front of it, his hands outstretched. Kamehameha, ha! A massive blue wave erupted from his palms, colliding with the supernova in a blinding explosion of light. The force of the clash sent shockwaves rippling across the planet, the ground splitting beneath them. Vegeta, seizing the moment, charged forward, his body alight with his own power. "This ends now." He rocketed toward Frieza, his fist glowing with the last of his energy. Frieza turned, but too late, Vegeta's punch connected, sending him hurtling toward the earth. The impact cratered the battlefield, dust and debris filling the air. Silence fell, broken only by the ragged breaths of the warriors. Then, laughter. Frieza emerged from the smoke, battered but still standing. Impressive, he admitted, wiping blood from his mouth. But I'm not done yet. Goku and Vegeta braced themselves, their bodies screaming in protest. The fight wasn't over. And as Frieza's power began to climb once more, the true battle for survival had only just begun. The air crackled with energy as Frieza levitated above the shattered battlefield, his golden form radiating an aura of pure malice. His tail flicked lazily, but his eyes burned with rage. 10 years of relentless training had brought him to this moment, and now, he would prove himself the strongest in the universe. Across from him, Goku and Vegeta stood battered but unbroken, their bodies trembling from exhaustion yet still burning with defiance. Goku wiped blood from his lip, his blue hair flickering as his ultra instinct wavered. "He's stronger than I thought," he admitted, his voice strained. Vegeta scoffed, his own aura flaring in response. "TCH. You're just now realizing that, Kakarot? We push beyond our limits or die here." His fists clenched, the ground beneath him trembling as his power surged, his royal blue transformation deepening into something darker, something desperate. Frieza laughed, the sound like ice scraping against bone. "How adorable. Even after all this time, you still think you can win?" He raised a single finger, a sphere of crimson energy forming at its tip. "Let me remind you of your place." The blast rocketed toward them, faster than light. Goku vanished, reappearing behind Frieza with a desperate strike, but Frieza twisted midair, his tail whipping around to slam into Goku's ribs. The Saiyan gasped, hurtling toward the ground. Vegeta didn't wait. He lunged, fists wreathed in violet fire. Gallic Cannon. The beam erupted from his palms, engulfing Frieza in a storm of energy. For a moment, the sky was nothing but light, then Frieza emerged, unharmed, his grin widening. Pathetic. He blurred forward, his knee driving into Vegeta's gut. The prince coughed blood, his vision swimming as Frieza's elbow crashed into his spine, sending him plummeting beside Goku. Dust swirled as the two Saiyans struggled to rise. Goku's breath came in ragged gasps, his body screaming in protest. "We can't keep taking hits like that," Vegeta spat blood, his pride warring with the reality of their situation. "Then we hit harder," he growled. Their eyes met, no words needed. In that moment, an unspoken understanding passed between them. Frieza descended, his feet barely touching the ground. "You two were always so predictable. Always clinging to hope." He raised both hands, his energy swelling into a massive sphere, death ball, but magnified 100-fold. "This ends now." Goku forced himself upright, his body glowing faintly. "Vegeta. Give me everything you've got." The prince hesitated, then nodded. Their auras flared, intertwining, gold and violet swirling together as they pooled their remaining strength. Frieza's smirk faltered. "What?" "Final. Kamehameha." Their voices roared in unison. The combined blast erupted, a blinding torrent of power colliding with Frieza's attack. The shockwave shattered mountains, the sky splitting apart as the energies clashed. Frieza strained, his arms trembling, then, inch by inch, his attack was pushed back. "No. No." He screamed, his golden form flickering. The beam consumed him, the explosion lighting up the planet like a second sun. Silence. Smoke cleared, revealing Frieza's broken form, his armor shattered, his body scorched. He twitched, his lips curling into a snarl even in defeat. "This isn't over." Then his eyes rolled back, unconscious. Goku collapsed to his knees, his transformation fading. Vegeta swayed but remained standing, his chest heaving. "Hey. Guess I'm still ahead of you, Kakarot," Goku chuckled weakly. "Yeah. This time." The aftermath was quiet. The universe had shifted, Frieza's empire crumbled in his absence, planets liberated. Whis and Beerus observed from afar, the latter sighing. Those Saiyans. Always making things interesting. As the sun set, Goku and Vegeta stood side by side, watching the horizon. The battle was over, but their rivalry, and the challenges ahead, remained. And somewhere in the cosmos, new threats stirred, sensing the shift in power. But for now, there was peace.